What's up, my friend? Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. My day is going good. I am way behind schedule, but that's okay because that just means that now you all get to be a part of this process. So I'm supposed to be right now at a vending event selling juices, but I haven't even made the juices to sell. So I'm just gonna make the juices and talk to you all today. And the vending event, I'll worry about that another time. But what I want to talk to you all about is a subject that really gets under my skin, and that's seeded versus seedless fruits. Now this here is a seeded watermelon, and I got a seeded watermelon just because seeded watermelons are bigger than seedless watermelons, and I want fruit that is going to produce the most amount of juice possible. So while I get my knife sharp, I want everybody to chime in what they think, because what I'm going to tell you is very likely going to change what and how you think about seedless fruits. Because, all right, so right now in the comments, if you believe that seedless fruits are harmful to your health, put a 1 in the comments. If you think seedless fruits are harmful to your health, put a 1 in the comments for me. Because I want to take stock of who believes this so that we can help you shift your mindset and how you think about things, so you can really start to enjoy good health without the stress of jumping all over the place. So I got a lot of 1s. A lot of people think that seeded fruits are bad for their health. Wow. A lot of people think that seedless fruits, wow, almost everybody on this live right now thinks that seedless fruits are bad for their health. Well, I'm here to tell you that is wrong. Seedless fruits are not bad for your health. Because see right here, this is the main reason that people think seedless fruits are bad. He thinks that seedless fruits essentially equals GMO. Seedless fruits are not GMO'd. A fruit is not GMO'd unless it has GMO on it. How can you differentiate GMO versus non-GMO? Why aren't they GMO? No, they're not. See, this is an assumption that people make. Check out my cutting board, one of my best favorites right now. Most people think that seedless fruits are GMO. And I don't know where they got this from, but it is untrue. Seedless fruits are not GMO. Seedless fruits are not GMO. So you said that everything that God produces had seeds. Wrong again. The first seedless fruits occurred in nature as a genetic mutation. Now, because humans like convenience, what they have done is start to cross-pollinate varieties of fruits so that they do not produce a seed. I'll give you an example, because everybody loves to find seeded watermelons, right? Well, you can create seedless watermelons by taking and crossbreeding 2 different types of watermelons. And now I'll explain it, because the terms I always say them incorrectly, so I want to read to make sure that I'm telling you the correct terms. Okay, so cross-pollination is when you take fruits and cross-pollinate them. You put them in the same thing. What real fruit has no seeds? If it grew out of the ground off of a tree, is it not real? If me being a melanated person go out and have sexual relations with a non-melanated person and we produce a child, is that child any less real than my 2 children that were made with a melanated woman? It's this backwards way of thinking that gets people broken. Isn't that genetically modified? No. First, let's understand what genetic modification is. Genetic modification is exactly what it sounds like. I changed something genetically. I went into the DNA of the thing to change it. That's what genetic modification is. It's a science experiment. I can I have plants all over my house that are cross-pollinated because they are not in their original state. Melanated better. It was an example. I don't, come on. See, it's that type of backwards ass thinking that has people stuck believing that things are not the way that they truly are. Let me get this out of the way for a second, so I can get my cutting board up here. Because I wanted to have this conversation specifically for the people that understand this. So I can take a cutting off of this pothos. Actually, here, right now. Right here, I took cuttings from one of my plants. I rooted it in water to create more of it. So, GMO has to be created in the lab. Correct. You cannot create anything that's created in the lab where scientists were involved. Yes, that's GMO because they genetically spliced it. However, if you know about horticulture and you know about growing foods, why do you think you end up with different color roses? All roses were red originally. But because bees like different plants, there's this thing called cross-pollination that happens. And we'll go back to the watermelon example because that's what most people freak out about. You create a non-seeded watermelon by taking two types of breeds of watermelon and you create what's called a hybrid. And a hybrid there's nothing bad about a hybrid fruit because it has the same amount of nutrients. Now, you will take what's called a tetraploid watermelon and crossbreed it with a watermelon that has, so watermelons can have 4 chromosomes or 6 chromosomes. And you crossbreed the two and it's going to have 3 chromosomes and you end up with a fruit that doesn't produce seeds. Now, when you look at a seedless watermelon, it still has seeds. They're just white. They're non-sterile. And I used to believe the same nonsense that, if the fruit is sterile, I'm going to be sterile. Well, I've been eating non-seeded fruits since I was younger. And I still got 2 kids. And last time I went to the doctor, my testosterone and sperm count were still high. So, seedless fruits came about in about the 1930s are when they were introduced into the American population. Now, if you want to go back even further, cultures have always crossbred or cross-pollinated produce as a way to make it resistant to bugs, to drought, and to other things that happen in the environment. I.e., look at the bananas that most of us eat on a day-to-day basis. It is a hybridized version of what original bananas were. So, the way that seedless fruits, because I don't want to get too lost in the sauce. I want to stay on track as best as possible. The way that seedless fruits are created are 2 different ways. To God be the glory, always. Because you have to remember that what I'm talking about is still a natural occurrence because it grew out the ground. So if it was not meant to be here, but it is less quality fruit. Prove to me how it's less quality, because that's one of the next things I'm going to go over here, is how during scientific studies you can take a seedless watermelon and a seeded watermelon and they're going to have an almost identical micronutrients. They're going to have the same amount of lycopene. They're going to have the same amount of vitamin A, vitamin C. So that, again, is one of those statements that people make because they think it makes sense, because they're trying to rationalize the foolishness that they believe. Because, again, if eating non-seeded fruits were unhealthy for you, I'd be dead already. I don't run all over town looking for fruits that have seeds in them. It's a waste of my time and energy. Just like it's a waste of your time and energy. And that's why I'm having this live right now, so that we can dispel the misconception that seedless fruits are bad for you. The only fruits I tell people to avoid are GMO fruits. GMO, and you can tell GMO from the rest, okay? Let's knock this out of the box real quick too. Conventionally, let's talk about conventionally grown, organic, and GMO. Because there are 3 different ways that your produce can be grown. Conventionally grown, I want you to get this. Conventionally grown means that it was grown with normal growing techniques. Meaning right now there's a lot of synthesized fertilizers, synthesized pesticides. That's your conventionally grown fruit. Now, conventionally grown can be less healthy than organic. Yes, seedless watermelons are okay to eat. Any seedless fruit is okay to eat as long as it is not GMO. And I will tell you how to identify GMO in just a moment. Alright. It's not completely loose yet. So let's knock this top half down. Because I do need to actually get this juice done too. So let me halfway focus over here. That way I can give y'all my full attention. Because as y'all see, we having church today, my friends. Because I'm tired of hearing people say, I can't eat that fruit because it doesn't have seeds. When that's typically the fruit that is going to be available to you depending on the market that you're in. So you're avoiding eating fruits because of some craziness that you have come to believe. And I say craziness because I think it's absolutely hysterical that people believe it. Where can you acquire non-GMO fruits and seedless fruits? Anywhere. I'll tell you exactly. Because I've grown peppers in my garden that I grew from seed. And they didn't have no seeds in it. Okay. Now, let me get back to my explanation because I get sidetracked real quick. Conventionally grown fruits are grown like you originally think of grandma, grandpa out there on a farm growing fruits. They sow a seed, they spray it with some fertilizer, they spray it with some pesticides to keep the bugs out of it, and when it's time to harvest, they harvest. That is conventionally grown. Conventionally grown has negative effects only because, and I'll say this again, only because of the pesticides, the synthetic pesticides, and the synthetic fertilizers that they use. Next, what we're going to talk about is organically grown. Organically grown is grown the exact same way as conventional, minus the synthetic pesticides and the synthetic herbicides and fertilizers. They're grown the exact same way. A seed is planted in the ground, it's given time to grow, and it's harvested. Now let's talk about GMO, the third type of fruit that everybody needs to avoid. GMO fruits start off in somebody's science lab as an idea. They say, we want to get this property out of this fruit, so I'm going to open up the DNA structure of the fruit and make some changes. Gee whiz, this watermelon is just making a mess. A mess. I need another towel that I can use to soak up all this juice. So we'll go with it. Because my kitchen is going to need to be mopped at the end of this. So how do you identify GMO fruit versus conventional versus organic? Conventional fruit is going to have 4 numbers and typically start with the number 4. Conventionally grown fruits are going to have a 4-digit PLU number, that little number that you see on the sticker, and it is going to typically start with a 4. Organic fruits are going to be 5 digits and start with a 9. GMO fruits are typically going to be, I think they're 4 digits. Let me get back to my notes here because I don't always remember these because I know how to look for GMO. GMO is going to start with an 8. GMO fruits are 5 digits and they start with an 8. Natural versus added sugar and the sensitivities for those with diabetes. That's a whole nother subject that I talk about often, so we'll come back to that another day because I don't want to get too sidetracked. Right now I want to help people understand that they can eat fruit. I know I don't care about that. Right now I'm producing juice. And every ounce of juice and liquid that's in here, I want. The further down, I know. And here's something that you also need to realize. I'm not in this for the sweetness, because you see this skin right here, this watermelon, has healing properties to it as well. No. Organic fruits start with a 9. When you read the PLU code, organic fruits start with a 9. Regular, conventional fruit starts with a 4, and GMO fruit starts with the number 8. This is how you identify GMO versus conventional. Yes, organic starts with a 9. GMO starts with an 8. Conventional starts with a 4. This is important because a lot of people are walking around thinking that just because it says seedless, that it is GMO. That's exactly why we're here on this live right now, to correct that misconception. Because I want people to start eating more fruits, but when you have a misconception of what fruits that you can eat, you tend to eat less of them because you think that they're unhealthy for you. And that is something that I want to change for people. Okay? Conventional is not bad if that's what you have available for you. Conventional does expose you to more toxins, so you have to be aware of which conventional fruits that you and produce that you're eating. Now this towel is going to absorb a lot more of this juice so that I have less dripping on me, because it's going to be sticky back here in a moment. Can you juice the rind? Yes, you can juice the rind. I was talking about the rind just a second ago. The rind has more of the lycopene and other phytonutrients that help with male reproductive organs, blood flow, as well as female reproductive organs. So the fact that it gets less sweet by the rind, that's most people's problem. They're eating for just the flavor instead of the nutrients. They're too worried about flavor and not worried about the nutrients that their body is going to get from the thing that they're eating. Now, conventional fruits start with a 4. GMO fruits start with an 8. Organic fruits start with a 9. What's your take on hybrids? Hybrids are what we're talking about right now. This live needs to be offered on your page and saved and chopped up and made into a post. People need to hear this. Oh, you best believe it will be. So everything that we're talking about right now is hybrid fruits. All seedless fruits are hybrids. Some people just don't get it. I use that as an example. and they're going to bring up melanated seeds. Come on, let's be real. Let's not be childish here. So when you see seedless oranges, you see seedless watermelons. If it starts with the 4, eat it. Will those rhymes used to hurt my tummy as a kid? That's why I said that. Okay, well, I mean, I can dig that. Sometimes, yeah. My frustration, that's because it's a frustrating thing. Everything about the health industry is frustrating because you have people regurgitating and parroting and re-saying stuff that is just flat out untrue. And unfortunately, people are believing it, and they're making poor health decisions because of that bad knowledge. Now let me get my computer back awake over here so I can get back to my notes. So let's go back to conventional farming and all of this. So let's talk about the nutrients of it. So micronutrients and macronutrients. Both seeded and seedless fruits generally contain similar levels of macronutrients. That's your carbohydrates, your proteins, and your fats. And micronutrients, the vitamins and minerals, for example, both seeded watermelons are rich in vitamin A, vitamin C, potassium, and lycopene. You're not going to get less lycopene. It's not basil, it's mint, if you were wondering. So this juice is going to be watermelon, lime, and mint. The mint and lime help bring out the flavor of the watermelon, in my opinion. It's one of my favorite blends. So, damn it! My watermelon just fell. The other half of this watermelon just fell. So that's a good 2 juices worth of juice on my floor. Plus now I got watermelon juice all over my floor, so it's about to be sticky. Let me catch my breath, because that hurt my heart a little bit. Forget mop. I can barely move around in my kitchen now. Give me a second to recompose myself, because that upsets me. Well, because this is being served to the public, I don't know if I want to use that watermelon at all. I'll probably just eat the rest of that watermelon. I don't play around when it comes to what I give out to the... all the meat didn't hit the floor. Bless. So absolutely. That's very frustrating, so just give me a second to compose myself. I'm human just like the rest of y'all. So Sunny Rose, when you're diabetic, you can't have many watermelons too high in sugar. Whoever told you that needs to go back and understand what... There's no such fruit. There is no fruit that as a diabetic has too much sugar for you. All sugar is not created equal. The sugar in this watermelon is not the same sugar that you get in a Skittle. Okay? First off, I don't care what your doctor told you. Tell your doctor he's stupid. Let's talk about why. There's glucose and there's fructose. 2 different types of sugar and the way that our bodies can break things down into sugar, okay? Glucose needs a hormone called insulin in order to get into your cell to do its job, okay? Fructose, which is the sugar that's found in fruit, does not. So that alone is one of the reasons why people are able to eat as much fruit as they want, being diabetic, and still see their insulin resistance come down. On top of that, when you're eating this watermelon, you're getting two essential things, or any fruit, you're getting two essential things that you don't get when you eat processed sugar. You're getting, number one, fiber. Fiber slows the absorption of the fructose into your bloodstream. Second, you're getting all of the health benefits of the phytonutrients that are in the fruit. The lycopene, the vitamin A, the vitamin K, the vitamin C, all the long list and litany of phytonutrients that you're getting as well. So this is why people that have taken my course have seen their resting or fasting A1C drop, their fasting blood sugar levels lower while eating predominantly fruit. So the reason why I can call the doctor silly and dumb for making statements like that is most doctors only take one semester of nutrition. One semester. I've been studying nutrition for the last 12 years. Everything that I tell you can be verified by any of my nutrition and or doctor friends who study nutrition. I don't just tell you what I think, I tell you what I know. And I don't talk just to be talking. I talk to help re-educate people because there's a lot of miseducation going on in our culture. And it hurts my feelings. It hurts my heart that people are not taking better care of their health because of something that they believe that's not true. That's why I came on here today to talk about seeded and seedless fruits to begin with. And yes, it's a topic that upsets me. For your bigger batches, have you considered getting a Nama batch juice attachment? Yeah, I just ain't reached out to get a bigger one yet. All I gotta do is reach out to them and get one. I just haven't taken the time to do that because I be doing so much else. And for a while, I wasn't juicing in big batches. I wasn't sure whether I was going to do juicing for the public again. However, an opportunity came up and I did. Now, y'all gonna have to give me a second because I can't keep walking around all of this watermelon on the floor. It's driving me crazy. So just bear with me for a second. Talk amongst yourselves in the chat. Watermelon juice everywhere. Bear with me, give me a moment. I appreciate you accepting my knowledge. Because some people come on here and want to argue instead of accepting new information. And again, don't take anything I say for face value. Do your own research. Everything that I say can be looked up and studied the same way I did. So verify that what I'm telling you is actually the truth. Don't just take my word for it. Do your own research. Because everything that I'm saying can be found and verified. Everything I'm saying can be found and verified.
So don't just take my word for it, please. I do not want you to be out here
doing what I'm telling other people not to do and just parroting something because I said it because you think I'm cool and you like me. I need you to verify what I'm telling you also. Peace, I appreciate it. Yeah, I know. What can watermelon and the juice do for high blood pressure? Well, watermelon is high in potassium and lycopene. The potassium is going to be beneficial for you because it is going to help you
open your blood vessels. Whereas sodium constricts your blood vessels, potassium opens your blood vessels. The lycopene helps regulate heart as well as vascularity, which is how dilated your vessels are going to be, blood vessels. Now, if there's somebody on this live right now that says, yeah, I like the way you explain things, I want you to be my coach because I got health issues and I can't figure it out, comment the word program. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, do not comment the word program if you are not serious about changing your health. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to send you a series of messages to see or not whether you want to book a free call. I am taking 10 coaching clients into this 12-week coaching program, and it's going to begin on July 1st. So only comment the word program if you are actually actively looking for help and you are willing to make changes to your habit. I don't want you to comment the word program just because you heard me say program. Comment the word program only if you are willing to make changes and you just need a coach to show you how. Hey, what's going on, Nzinga? We making some watermelon juice, teaching people how seedless fruits are not unhealthy because they are just a hybrid fruit that is grown by cross-pollinating. Lord, I just Googled it about watermelon. You are correct in regards to diabetes. Thank you. I'm glad that you are able to come on here and verify that. Okay, blood pressure better. I love to hear it. So, I got a watermelon I get to eat by myself now because it fell on the floor, and I got to start all over fresh, cutting a brand new one. So this is exactly what I'm saying. Somebody just verified. They went and Googled for themselves. And that's the thing. We live in a technology age. All the information that I have is available to you just the same. I've just been accumulating it over a longer period of time, and I know where to go to look at the research. Stay. Yes, my doctor's a lie. It's not that he lied. Most doctors don't know. That's the same thing. So the same things that people, they parrot the same things that other people are parroting. That's why I don't trust doctors. Doctors are good to help you find out what's wrong so you can know what steps you need to start taking. Well, it's round. It can't be flat. It's about as flat as I can get it. At least this one I didn't have it propped up. I let this one sit all the way down. But it better stay, because otherwise we're going to have some issues around here. So, if anything that I'm saying is making sense to you, and you're like, I want this dude to be my health coach, because I've been trying to understand this health thing for the longest time. The doctors aren't explaining it good. Nobody's explaining it. which one is better, watermelon juice for high blood pressure or beet juice? So both are going to be beneficial for you in different reasons. They're both good juices for someone dealing with high blood pressure. Both juices are good. But you cannot just drink the juice thinking you're going to correct your high blood pressure. What you have to do is change your eating habits and your lifestyle habits to ensure that you correct your blood pressure for the long haul, not in the short term that the juice can help lower it. That's what I need people to understand also. This isn't about just finding a juice or an herb that's going to fix you. You have to fix you by making the changes. You have to do that. That watermelon good. Now, the way that I explain things on my lives are the exact same way I explain things in the coaching program. The 12-week coaching program is semi-private, so there are live training classes weekly for each week of the 12 weeks. There is one-on-one individualized coaching where we hop on Zoom and do a strategy session 3 times throughout the 12 weeks. Well, 4 times actually, because you get your onboarding strategy session and then you have a strategy session each month. There is weekly check-ins to help keep you accountable to your action plan. There is a meal plan that's going to give you over 70 recipes that can be made in 30 minutes or less, saving you time and money. Do you drink juice? Time, no meats. Yeah, so I drink juice all the time. I'm fully plant-based. I want to drop 20 pounds. Is juicing good for that as well? Juicing is a part of it, yes. However, it all comes back to habit changes. What you do day in and day out. People that do my 12-week course lose typically in between 12 to 30 pounds. Average is about 20. Because we're working on changing your eating habits, changing your movement habits, and changing your stress management habits. So, somebody asked me how much is the program. Normally I don't discuss that until the actual call, but it don't matter. The program is for this first group is going to be $500. When the group launches for the second group, it's going to be a $3,000 course. Because again, for 12 weeks you have access to me. What was incorrect? You just can't come on here and say something was incorrect. What was incorrect? Tell me what I told you that was incorrect. Ouch. $500 is an ouch. How much is lap band surgery? How much is tummy tuck surgery? How much is dialysis? How much is diabetes medication? So people are always willing to invest in the quick fix, but never in the long-term solution. And that can be frustrating for me at times. Because if your doctor wanted to put you on Ozempic, you wouldn't have any problems paying that. Thousands of dollars, exactly. Oh, I know I'm working. However, the only reason that I'm making the course $500 for this first round of people is so that I can get all the testimonials that I want out of it. Because this is a new 12-week program that I'm launching. I've done a 90-day program before, but this one's different than that. Poor health is expensive. It's very expensive. The $500 investment that you're going to make in this course is going to pay you back 3 times. But here's the catcher. There's a money back guarantee. So if at the end of 12 weeks you don't feel like you got your $500 worth of health improvements, I'll give you your money back. I don't care. Where do you buy the juice I'm making? You have to be local here. I don't ship my juices. So I like to keep them as fresh as possible. And I don't like freezing. But if you are serious about making changes and improvements to your health and want to join my coaching, type in the word program. I just told you the details. It's $500. The course is going to be $500. I'll tell you now. I used to shy away from sharing the price because I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to scare people away because they need to see the value. If you don't see the value, don't book a call. Because my intention is not to sell you on the program. On the call, my intention is to find out whether or not you're a good fit for the program. Meaning I'm determining whether or not you are willing to make the necessary changes for your health. Because I don't want to work with everybody. Because I've run myself ragged trying to work with everybody. Because everybody don't want to take your advice. Everybody wants to do what they want to do and not what you're telling them to do. But you came to me for help, not the other way around. I didn't search out for you like, hey, do you need help? I created content and information that made you raise your hand and say, you know what, I want this dude to help me. So obviously, I know a few things that you don't. So it doesn't make sense for you to join my coaching program and then tell me what you're not going to do. I don't need them type of clients. Keep your money. I don't need that kind of headache. I'm looking for people who are coachable, who are willing and ready to make the necessary changes so that they can see an improvement in their health, so that they can live a long, quality-filled life. Because everybody's like, oh, I'm here for a short time, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Okay, but what happens when you live longer? What kind of quality of life are you going to have? Do you want to have your children being responsible for taking care of you when you get into your older years? Do you want to be stuck relying on somebody else to wash your butt for you? To carry you to the bathroom because you're incontinent and can't go to the bathroom on your own? If that's what you want, keep doing what you've been doing. Don't make no difference to me. If you want to have your family feel the feelings of having to bury you too soon, then don't do nothing different. And I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm telling you real life examples. 2 years ago, I had to bury one of my best friends at 49 years old because he died of a heart attack. I'm not telling you stuff that I think. I'm telling you stuff that I know. You're not into the Ozempic, you need to learn something different, then join my coaching program. And I'll teach you everything you need so you never need Ozempic again. I'll teach you how to eat correctly so that your weight will balance out to what you're supposed to naturally weigh. I will teach you how to move your body in a way that not only increases your strength, it increases your stamina, but it also improves your heart health. It improves the body composition that you have, as well as giving you the longevity and mobility to move around pain-free. Because a lot of people think that, the aches and pains come with age. No, the aches and pains come with your lack of movement as you age. So I know some of y'all might be new to me and don't know my story and how I got to where I am. I started doing this and lowered the A1C. Absolutely. A client that took my 90-day program went from an A1C of, I want to say first time she said it to me, it was like an 8.3. By the time she was done with the program, she was at a 6.1. So for those who don't know about A1C, healthy A1C should be between a 4 and 5.5. Anything above that, you're pre-diabetic or in full-blown diabetes. What is up, man? You just don't want to come out? So if you want coaching, if you want help, comment the word program. Don't comment it just because I said comment the word program. I'm only looking for people who are serious about making health changes because they are ready to see their health improve. They are tired of living in fear because they don't know whether or not they're going to have a diabetic episode, whether or not they're going to be able to control their blood pressure. Or I had a lady who is thinking about it. She's been dealing with fibroids for 15 years. And she's scared to death because these fibroids are actually bleeding out. But she still had to think about it. So only you can make the decision. Again, I'm not here to sell you. The course is the course. The information is the information. Either you're going to value your health and do some changes, make some changes, and I can give you the path and the framework to make those changes easy, or you can do nothing and not. And worst and best thing, you go work with somebody else. I don't care whether it's me you work with or somebody else. Get the help you need. If you haven't figured out how to do it on your own, get the help you need. Whether it's me, another coach, or somebody else. Because I ain't for everybody. I don't pull punches. I am very compassionate. But I'm going to hold up the mirror and show you your shit. I don't let you just get by. Just like the lady that I was just talking about. She told me how she's done programs and she's taken herbs and done all of these different things before and they didn't work. And she felt like she wasted her money. But earlier in the call, I asked her about what she eats on a regular and consistent basis, and she was still eating meat, fried foods, processed foods, dairy, and candy. Wondering why her fibroids ain't shrinking. And why the medicines and the herbs ain't working. Well, if he told you that your A1C was a 5.3, 4 is better than a 5.3. So at 5.3, you're still on the higher end, and 5.3 is too close to 5.5 for me. I knew what you meant. So yes, I would recommend you still get it a little bit lower. Throw a little bit more mint in here. Because 5.3 is way too close. Hey, what's going on, Jenny? So I originally started this live talking about the healthiness of seeded fruits, because there are too many people walking around believing that seedless fruits are unhealthy. I'm feeling fantastic today. I'm charged up, as you can tell. I'm on my soapbox. However, that is untrue. Were you ever a heavy man before? No, I've never been a heavy man. However, I've always been a skinny person. But what I have dealt with is watching all the people in my family be heavy. So my mom, that's what I was going to tell my story. So in 2013, my mother passed away to cancer. But before 2013, my mother struggled with diabetes. My mother struggled with high blood pressure and being overweight. My father, the same things. My father died of heart failure 2 years ago. So I have not been fat or overweight, but I've had to watch other people around me. The reason that I started coaching people is because a friend of mine, he was 6'2", 320 pounds, and he couldn't play with his daughter the way he wanted to. So I created a meal plan and a workout program for him that was the basis for my original program that helped him lose 20 pounds in 3 months. He went on to continue to work with me till he was 280. And after that, he felt confident enough to continue to work on his own. Last time I checked in with him, he was down to 250. So no, I have not personally ever been big, but I understand the problems because I understand the body. I actually had the exact opposite issue. I'm a hard gainer. It's hard for me to put on weight. So when I graduated high school, I was 118, 119 pounds. By the time I turned 25, I was 145 pounds. And I maintained 145 pounds up until I started having kids 10 years ago, and my focus changed from myself to my family. Now that I'm unhappy with the way that my body looks, I am working to put that muscle back on, and so far this year I've gone from 120 pounds to 130 pounds. And within the next 12 weeks, because I put myself on an actual strict program, you'll see me gain another 10 to 12 pounds. You don't need to steal my metabolism. What you have to do is build your metabolism up so that it works just as efficiently as mine. And you do that by changing your eating habits. You do that by increasing the amount of movement that you do. These are the things that you're going to learn in the 12-week coaching program. So if you're on the fence on whether or not to join, it's $500. I'm pretty sure you've wasted it more than that. I appreciate your transparency. I had a weight loss problem and people don't understand. Yeah. No, it's hard. Most people don't understand other people's problems, Jenny. And that's the biggest problem. And for me, that actually was something that I was self-conscious about with being a fitness and health coach. Is people, like, I get one of the biggest critiques that I get on my fitness videos is, oh, how you gonna give fitness advice and you all skinny? Because I used to be skinnier. Yeah, I used to be more skinny than what I currently am. However, there are bodybuilders that I know who can't help people lose weight because they don't have the correct knowledge. They know how to build muscle, but they don't know nothing about losing weight. And I think that's all I'm gonna juice for now. I'll save that other watermelon for tomorrow. Let's clean up and get ready for bottling. So just bear with me a moment as I reset my station and I get ready for bottling. Because after this, I still got to make my pineapple, orange, and ginger juice. So we got to bottle up all of this pineapple juice first. I mean, this watermelon juice first. Now again, I apologize to y'all in advance. I know I was going off today. I know I was going off. But sometimes I have to do that. Who's drinking the watermelon? Shoot, looks good and refreshing. So, pineapple, orange, and ginger. Yep, that's one of my favorite and best-selling juices. So I'm juicing this to sell to the community here in South Florida. I was supposed to be going to a vending event, but that started at 5, so I don't think I'm going to make it. Because I ain't nowhere near ready to be there. Because I ain't even put these juices in bottles yet. So it would have been better for me to do this yesterday. But yesterday I got caught up in another process that I was dealing with. So here we are. I'm a little sad that I'm missing this opportunity. But I'm not really missing anything because I'm right where I'm supposed to be. You purchased watermelon with the seeds? Yes, I purchased watermelons with the seeds. I did that as a strategic thing. I purchase non-seeded watermelon all the time because non-seeded watermelons are smaller than, seedless watermelons are smaller than seeded watermelons. And since I was making this juice to go out to other people, I wanted to have the most yielding fruit possible. But because right now it's just me at home, my sons are not here, it would take me too long to eat an entire watermelon. Of course I'm still showing up. I gotta show up. So I'm even showing up right now, even though I'm going through a custody battle for my sons, and all I want to do is lay in the bed. Yes, all stores have seedless melons, which is why I wanted to dispel I wanted to re-educate people about the difference between seedless and seeded watermelons. Because there's too many people believing that seedless watermelons are unhealthy, and that's just not the truth. Now again, bear with me. I just got a new shipment of bottles, so I got to get them open and get myself together and prepped and ready. I'm a little upset with myself that I didn't order new labels yet, but this is where we are. So in a second, I'll go back through and attempt to catch up with some of the comments, because I know y'all been leaving them fast and furious. Almost there. I need 2 Jack watermelon juices. Hey, come on down to South Florida. They only $10 a pop. They're 16-ounce juices. Boy, you lying. Really wasn't joking. They want nobody to get into this mug. Why they got a box inside of a box, man? They be irking me with that nonsense. Yes, there are a lot of things that irk me. I'm just a cool guy. Why are seedless watermelons good for you? Seedless watermelons are good for you for the same reason that seeded watermelons are good for you. They are full of vitamin K, vitamin A, potassium, lycopene. They are mostly water, so they're very hydrating. That's why seedless watermelons are good for you. For the exact same reason that seeded watermelons are good for you. Seedless grapes too. As long as they start with, when you look at the PLU number and it says 4, seedless watermelons do have seeds. They are just white. Absolutely. You're absolutely correct. They're white because they're non-fertile, to use the correct term. They're non-fertile. Now this normally comes in a bag that I can zip, or was I re-putting it in a different bag? Bear with me, y'all. I am somewhat of a neat freak and have a specific way of doing stuff. Nope, I just made a small hole in that bag last time instead of cutting the whole top of it off. So I can put my computer away because I'm done reading my notes, and now I'm just going off the dome because I said everything I have to say. So ask me your questions that you have about fruit, whether it be seeded fruit, seedless fruits, fruits for diabetics. As long as the code starts with a 4, correct. As long as the code starts with a 4 or a 9. Because here's the thing, I need you to understand. You can get a GMO seeded fruit. You can get GMO seeded watermelon. So, when you're buying your produce, whether it be fruit or vegetables, if the fruit starts with a 9, it is organic. If it starts with the number 9 and it is 5 digits, it is organic. If it starts with the number 8 and it is 5 digits, it is a GMO. If it is 4 digits and starts with a 4, it was grown conventionally. Conventionally grown means that it is grown the way that you think of farmers growing produce, and it's sprayed with synthetic pesticides and fertilizers. Organic fruits are grown the exact same way as conventional fruits, minus the synthetic pesticides and fertilizers. GMO fruits, a scientist went into the DNA of the fruit to play and mess around with it before it turned into a seed, and then they planted that thing and grew it in a conventional manner or organic manner. That's it. It's that simple. It is literally that simple. Seedless fruits have all of the same nutrients as seeded fruits. It is not less nutrient dense. Because again, I'll use an analogy that you can think about. If two human beings of different races and colors come together and produce a baby, it is a hybrid essentially. Is that baby any less of a human? Ever save your pineapple skins and make probiotic drinks? I sure do sometimes. When I am not in go mode and I am in zero waste mode, absolutely. I take the skins of the pineapples, I boil it with cloves and cinnamon and ginger and make a tea. The watermelon pulp, I could have taken it, laid it out on a cookie sheet, put it in the oven, and made fruit leather. So when I do it, it's more or less for the herbal tea version and not necessarily the probiotic. But yes, if you just let it sit. So how do you make the probiotic out of it if you don't boil it? Now I'm confused, because teach me something, Jenny. And also, I recommend people your page all the time, because if I'm not mistaken, you're also somebody that was dealing and healing through fibroids, yes? Just sit the water with the ratio and add sugar. Let it sit for 7 days in the cabinet. Makes probiotics stronger than kombucha. Got you. Because you're fermenting it, you're using the sugar to ferment it. Got you. I see where you're going with that. All right, I gotta find a better way to do this. I'm all about systems, y'all. Everything I do, I create systems for. So, because I don't like things being in my way. I'll forward you the recipe. Thank you. Yeah, so I mean, I've ranted all I gotta rant. What is fruit leather? Think you remember fruit roll-ups as a kid? That's fruit leather. It's a great snack for the children or for yourself if you're somebody who's looking to lose weight, and it allows you to use all parts of the fruit without there being any waste. Yeah, you was gonna say that you knew it. That's why you asked, because you knew it already. Here, let's put these juices right here so y'all can see the beautifulness of them as they get finished. So to recap, seedless fruits are healthy for you. Seedless fruits contain all of the same phytonutrients and macronutrients as their seeded counterparts. It is wrong information that you are believing and people are saying when they say that seeded fruits are GMO. Seeded fruits are hybrids. Yes, hybrid does not mean GMO. I will say that again. Hybrid does not mean GMO. Hybrid means two things that came together. Just joining, what kind of juice did you make? This is watermelon, lime, and mint. And I may actually do this other watermelon because this is going a whole lot faster than I thought. Seedless fruits are created through cross-pollination and or finding it naturally in nature where it has already been modified by nature, and then you take cuttings from that fruit or cuttings from that plant and grow more. The same way I'm growing more epinephrine from cuttings in this jar. Seriously, wish I should have. Wish you should have what? I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that. I think I may have missed something. So if you made a comment before and I haven't responded to your comment, put it in again, because there's too many comments and too many people that have joined for me to go that far back. Now, if you're somebody that is dealing with high blood pressure, you're dealing with type 2 diabetes, you're overweight, you got fibroids, you're dealing with cancer, and you want to make changes, but you don't know how. You're ready to change. You just need somebody to teach you and tell you what to do. I created a 12-week coaching program that can help you. Comment the word program if you want to have one-on-one coaching with me. The coaching program is going to consist of weekly live training videos, a meal plan with over 70 recipes that can be made in 30 minutes or less, a workout plan that can be done at home and is going to require no additional equipment except maybe some resistance bands. You're also going to get individualized one-on-one coaching through live Zoom calls and through weekly check-ins and accountability. The program is going to be $500 for this first group. This is a $3,000 program. I'm only doing the first 10 people at $500. After that, it will go back to its regular price of $3,000. It is worth every penny, because last time I checked, actually let me look it up right now so that I can have up-to-date figures. What is the average cost of gastric bypass surgery? Gastric weight loss surgery costs between $7,400 and $33,000. $7,400, $7,400, or $33,000 for weight loss surgery. $500 is a drop in the bucket compared to those. Let's look up the next thing. What is the average cost of Ozempic for a year? What is the average cost of Ozempic for a year?
According to RO, if you qualify for insurance coverage, Ozempic can cost as little as $25 for a monthly supply. Without insurance, Ozempic costs around $935.77 per month on average. However,
So,
savings programs can help lower the cost of the medication.
you hear her talking. I ain't got to say it again. If you even wanted to take the shortcut and take the pill Ozempic, that's going to hurt your health. It's going to cost you, with insurance, at least $25 a month. Without insurance, as much as $900 a month. So again, $500 is a small investment for tools that will help you improve your health forever. Comment the word program if you want help. I don't want everybody to comment the word program. I only want you to comment the word program if you're coachable and you're serious about making changes to your health. That's only 15 juices. I definitely got to juice this other watermelon. I thought I had way more juice than this. I do not know what I was thinking. Oh, because I didn't do 2 full watermelons. I only did a watermelon and a half. That's why I'm coming up short. I'm like, this ain't cutting right. So I guess I will be cutting more watermelon. Now I'm a little... Just deal with it. What questions? Somebody got a question? Somebody got a question about the program, about seeded fruits. Because I done been on a tangent today, y'all. I know y'all like, he going. Oh, somebody upset. Who pissed in his orange flakes? Or corn flakes. Is what that statement used to be. Okay. So I do still need to do this other watermelon. But in the meantime, gotta get these in the fridge. So give me a moment. Y'all hear how sticky it is back here now? Just bear with me. I'll be back with you in a moment. Alrighty then. Back to the cutting and the making of the juices. Thought I was going to be able to switch over and start making my pineapple juice. But I was wrong. Alas. I was wrong. Not about fruit, but how to get different colored bell peppers. You get different colored bell peppers by going to the store and buying them. That's super simple. I buy the tricolored pack from Walmart. I buy the tricolored pack from Aldi has a tricolored pack. So that's easy. That's the easiest question anybody can ask me in a while. So we're going to need more mint. Have a blessed day, you and yours. Thanks. I appreciate you, Teeny Bopper. Thanks for explaining the difference between seeds. Absolutely. How are they growing in different colors? Should have been my question. So I don't know how they got them in different colors. They're probably hybridized. That part I don't know the answer to. When I don't know something, I'm not going to BS y'all and make y'all and just make something up. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. Either I don't know or I need to do more research. And for something like that, I don't know, boss. Yo no sé, boss. One day y'all will be as good as I am with this knife. It only takes time and practice and cutting yourself a whole bunch of times. But I used to play with knives as a kid. I appreciate that. I will research it. Thanks. Absolutely. You're welcome. So, talk to me, y'all. because I didn't did all of my ranting. I got the issue off my chest I came to talk about. So what questions do you have about making healthier choices, fruit, juicing? Any of those topics? Hold on. What's that? Somebody. Uh-oh. Somebody want my attention. All right, well, nothing that I need to pay attention to at the moment. So if y'all ain't got questions, I'm gonna get off the live and go back to doing this on my own. So ask me your questions. Otherwise, I can just tell y'all stories about some of my previous clients. What juice would you recommend for a healthy gut? Any juice that has ginger in it. But a good one would be one made out of ginger. I'm sorry, not ginger. A green juice would be good for your gut health. Use fennel, spinach, celery, and green apples. That'll be a good one for gut health. My feelings are so hurt I dropped that other half of that watermelon. I should have been on TikTok with this one too. This one would have been a good one for TikTok. Tickety tock tock, tickety tock tock. Clock don't stop. Say that again, please. Say what again, because I don't know what I said. What was I asked about? Because I done said a lot. Everything in this house is going to be sticky by the end of the day. For a healthy gut. For a healthy gut. Green apples, fennel, lemon, celery, and kale or spinach. That's a good juice to make. However, better for you to focus on is eating fiber-rich foods, reducing the meat and dairy consumption so that your gut has less to heal from. Like what? Oh, rich in fibers. So fruits rich in fiber. All fruits and veggies are rich in fiber. So eating more fresh fruits and vegetables, eating more beans, more legumes, eating more oatmeal, eating more quinoa. So your grains, your greens, these are fiber-rich foods. These are going to feed your good gut microbe. You have to avoid the processed foods, avoid the meat, avoid the dairy. These things have no fiber. Everybody's always asking vegan where they get their fiber, and I like to ask people, where they're getting their protein, but I like to turn it around and ask them where they're getting their fiber. Because 1 in 3 adults is fiber deficient. I haven't seen any studies on how many people are protein deficient. Because it just don't happen. I've never seen a fiber deficiency wing at the hospital. So I came on here intentionally with the intention of upsetting and pissing some people off, because I know there's a lot of people who disagree with what I said about seedless fruits. But everything that I say about seedless fruits can be backed up by science. I don't speak anecdotally. I speak what I can prove. I don't speak what I think. I don't speak what I heard. I speak what I can prove. So for some of you who are new to this live right now, who on this live currently believes that seedless fruits are unhealthy for you? If you believe seedless fruits are unhealthy for you, put a 1 in the comment section. I'm taking a survey. So I know there are some new people on here that weren't on here when I first started this live. How many of you currently on this live, out of the 15 of you, put a 1 in the comment section if you believe seedless fruits are unhealthy for you? Don't have unpredictable being the only one speaking up for themselves. Somebody else believe it too. And don't think that because I'm asking you the question, it's a loaded question, and I'm gonna come for your neck, because I'm not. What I'm going to do is help to re-educate you. So if there's anybody else that believes that seedless fruits are unhealthy for you, drop a 1 in the comment section. Drop a 1 in the comment section if you think seedless fruits are unhealthy. And while I read these comments, I'll indulge in a little bit more watermelon. Do I know how to pick them? How do you pick sweet watermelon? That's a great question. I wish you would have asked me that earlier so I could show you. When you flip a watermelon over, you can see how sweet and how juicy it's going to be by how big that bald spot is. The bald spot, when you look at a watermelon, it's mostly green. And you have this big yellow patch, right? The bigger the yellow patch, the more juicy and sweeter it's going to be. The more variation you get in the pattern on the outside, the more flavorful it's going to be. And I love being a Southern boy, because I know stuff like that from going to the farms and picking watermelon straight out the patch. There's a farm back in St. Louis called Eckert's Farm, where every year they grew watermelons, they grew pumpkins. What do you mean in the pattern on the outside? You know how on the outside it's green, but then it has that those light streaking zebra type or tiger stripes? The more of that pattern it has, the more flavor it's going to have as well. So when I finish cutting this, I'll show you what I mean. You see that white pattern? That's what I mean. Oh, there's the yellow patch. You see how that yellow patch takes up almost the full bottom side of this? That's how you know that it's sweet and juicy. Look at how much rind is on the inside of there. There's not much rind. And for those that are wondering, yes, I could juice the rind also. They have severely beautiful health benefits, but this juice is going out to the public, so I want it to be as sweet as possible. Come on loose now. Somebody questioning me? Got a quarter of a watermelon left, and then we'll be done with watermelon. Hold on, I missed a question. Ask that question again. Somebody just said something. How do you pick sweet honeydew melons? You gotta pick them up and thump them. So on this live, we talked about the difference between seeded fruits and non-seeded fruits, and how seedless fruits are just as healthy as seeded fruits. They are not GMO. The difference between GMO and conventional, the difference between conventional and organic. We talked about how you cannot eat too much fruit as a diabetic. What kind of juicer am I using? This is a Nama. This is a Nama J2. It is my favorite juicer of all time. I used to have a Breville. I had that Omega up there. I had a Cuisinart. And I want to say I had a Ninja. But by far, this Nama, hands down, beats them all. The ease of cleanup, the ease of use, the lack of noise. You see, I've been juicing this whole time. Our yellow watermelons natural or cross hybrid. It's a cross hybrid. That's why they're so small. spell the name Nama. You can click the link in my bio, and it'll take you directly to where you can purchase it and save 10%. Because this juicer is like buying a kitchen appliance. It is not cheap, but it lasts like a kitchen appliance. I've had this thing for 2 years, and I juice for the public, plus myself. So I've definitely put it through its paces in the last 2 years. Never had any problems. And the best parts, they have fantastic customer service. So if something breaks, they will replace it pretty quickly and easily. Spell the name, Nama, Nama, Nama. Their Facebook or their Instagram page is Namawell, Namawell. And I prefer this over the Cummings, which the Nama was so good that the Cummings redesigned themselves to look like ours. And I say ours because I'm an affiliate with the company, and when you purchase from that link in my bio, I do get a commission. I'm all about transparency. What are hybrids and cross hybrids? I get confused. Cross hybrid is the same thing as a hybrid, just another name for it. A hybrid means that they cross 2 different fruits together to make a new fruit or vegetable. That's it. That's all it means. The Nama J2. Yep. This is the Nama J2. The J3 is a smaller one. If you plan on juicing for more than one person, I wouldn't get that one. Because it is tiny. I have that juicer and it's a big game changer. Your body will crave it. Yeah. Now, I also think my pothos over here has been watered with juice now. So we'll see how it enjoys watermelon juice too. Man, first of all, look. Way you do with the... What do I do with the pulp? I think that's the question you're trying to ask. Right now, I'm throwing it away. But better uses of the pulp are to save it and put it in smoothies for extra fiber. If you have a home garden, you can put it in the compost to help make additional compost to help feed and fertilize your garden. When it's just fruit like this, you can actually bake it on a very low setting and make what's called fruit leather, which if you ever ate fruit roll-ups as a kid, you know what fruit leather is. Yeah, those are the uses of the leftover fiber. Slow down. Just made a mess, y'all. After I just cleaned up part of the mess. But this floor is so sticky. I gotta mop before I do anything else. Mop, 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 mop. Mess them up, mop, 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 mop. Clean the mess up. Alright, I'm corny, y'all. Y'all know this already. Mop, 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 mop. Give it a nice little mix. Alright, I think I'm tapped out. I'm talked out. And I'll catch y'all later. I think I may come back live a little later this evening because I gotta cook one of my quick meals. Thank you for the knowledgeable information. I have to go. You're welcome. I'm getting ready to go too. So I appreciate y'all for being here. If you want help making changes with your health and are looking for a coach, I have a program that you can do. Comment the word program, get the details, or don't. Till the next live, find your reason to be healthy.